Hey there, Libra. Welcome to the channel. Sarah here. We're going to do a reading for you today for the week of October 13th to the 19th, 2025. Keep in mind, Libra, this is just a general reading, so take only what resonates and leave out what does not. If you are interested in having a personal reading done with me, you can check my website, lionessmoonintuitivetarot.com, or you can email me directly at lionessmoonintuitivetarot@gmail.com. So as always, Libra, feel free to delegate the energies where you see fit. If I say I am talking about you, I could be talking about somebody who you are dealing with, and vice versa. Same goes to you, cross-watcher. All right, so today we're going to do a horseshoe spread for you, Libra. So let's see, how about we get started on that? Let's cut this deck in three. So mote it be. All right, so in the past, we've got the Five of Swords in reverse. Five of Swords is Moon in Aquarius. The present, you've got the Page of Cups in reverse. Page of Cups is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. In the future, we've got the Fool in reverse. The Fool is Aquarius energy. In the hidden position, we've got the Nine of Cups. That is Jupiter in Pisces. In the challenge position, we've got the Hanged Man in reverse. That is Neptunian energy, so Pisces again. In the advice, we've got the Chariot. That is Cancer, major for Cancer. And the outcome is the Five of Wands in reverse. That is Saturn in Leo. And the overall energy of your reading right now, Libra, is the High Priestess. I better not accidentally call you Aquarius or Scorpio, because this is looking very similar to the kind of energy that I often see in their readings. So you may be a cusper of Scorpio, or you may have heavy Scorpio or Aquarius placements in your chart. Or you could be dealing with one of those signs. This is definitely a Libra reading, so I need to stay in this lane. All right, because I do that sometimes. We've got the Five of Swords in reverse here in the past. Oh, I just want to mention, by the way, the High Priestess is what this whole reading is about. So we're going to figure out how all of this culminates to equal something to do with the High Priestess. We will be revisiting this again at the end of the reading, and we will also take a look at the cards that are influencing this High Priestess. Obviously, the High Priestess has something to do with intuition, deep knowing, maybe catching red flags in some ways. This could have something to do with silence as well, so we will find out what is going on here, okay, Libra? So let's jump right in. In the past, we've got the Five of Swords in reverse. Why is the Five of Swords in reverse here for Libra? Oh, this one jumps out. We've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse, okay? And we've got the Four of Swords. We've got the King of Swords. We've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. We've got the Eight of Cups. And we've got the Page of Cups in reverse, which is showing up. That's the energy that's showing up in the present. So the energy that we are clarifying right now, this Five of Swords in reverse, is somebody who is wearing a protective mask here. Now, the reason why these masks that are donned is because whoever it is that is wearing this mask is trying to protect them. Like, it's protection. It's actually a survival skill, right? You don't want to get excommunicated from the tribe. So I am seeing an energy here of somebody wearing almost like this peaceful mask, somebody who may be taking on this role of passivity here with the Five of Swords in reverse to the Four of Swords. And it looks like and I get this for you guys a lot. And the reason why I even remember that it's you is because I feel like I don't see this energy in almost any of the other signs. I always see this energy of overgiving in a situation where it looks like there may be issues, where somebody may be overstepping a boundary of some sort. And you may not even, you may think that you may at the forefront of your consciousness have felt like, I like giving. I like being able to contribute. I heard Spirit say it. Libra thinks they're just contributing in the way that is adequate, but I'm seeing a Libra here who's being taken advantage of. And this is showing up in the past, and over giving to somebody who may just be taking and not giving back in a way that feels sufficient, whether you realize it or not. And it's probably stressing you out. And the reason why I'm saying that here is because it looks like somebody has gotten fed up with this, and somebody else has either somebody got fed up with this and finally spoke up on it and said something. But the problem is that when the words were finally divulged about the true feelings on all of this, it looks like it came out in a way that felt unjustified here. Or it came out in a way that almost like you may have been holding back on something and didn't release this in a way that like I always say, it could have been you dealing with this person. This could be who you were dealing with, but I'm going to read it as you. And so somebody decided to walk away. Somebody decided, I need to make this executive decision to walk away here because either it was somebody who felt like your reaction was unfair, or either you came to a realization like, I can't continue living like this. But it looks like ultimately something was walked away from and maybe laid to rest. There was some sort of silence between you and somebody else, maybe no contact. There was something there's something about what happened in the past here that should have been a predictor of how your future was going to unfold. So you may have actually made certain agreements that kept you oppressed or kept you in a state of feeling like things were unfair. I'm just getting that you may have been overgiving to a situation. This created some sort of emotions and waves, and it's showing up that there's something about what was going on in the past that should be a predictor as to what was supposedly going on in the future, because some of you had taken this on as something that you really, really thought you wanted. But it's like once you started getting yourself into it, it started to feel very, I'm not necessarily, I don't see the 10 of Wands anywhere. So I'm not necessarily getting that you were heavily burdened yet. We are not done. But what I am getting here is a lack of appreciation from somebody who is coming across as very entitled to your energy. And in this entitlement, you're realizing that there's been this lack of appreciation, and it's causing you to have certain feelings about it. So let's see, why is this Page of Cups in reverse showing up here in the present for Libra? We've got the Fool. Okay. And the Magician in reverse. And there's that Page of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. There's that walking away. We've got the Two of Cups in reverse and the Hierophant. So it does look like there's this energy of feeling very, maybe emotional. Maybe you're feeling like you're overly emotional here, or you had. Obviously, everybody's on a different timeline. So this could either be happening in the present, or it happened in the past, or it could be happening in the future. It's just showing up in the present that you're overly emotional or really emotional, having a hard time calming yourself, over feeling somehow that you had been hoodwinked here. Almost like there's an energy of somebody having manipulated a situation in order to suit their own personal agenda in some way. Because it looks like somebody has walked away from something here and now they're ready to take this leap of faith, take this risk, move into this new beginning era of their life and walk away from something here. And it is leaving you. We've got this confirmation twice now, and I'm reading it as you. It may not be, it could be the opposite. It could be you walking away from somebody else. I'm just seeing that somebody has overgiven to a connection, and that is kind of how it's feeling now. Overgave to something where you were taken advantage of, and then just somebody's walked away. It looks like for a lot of you, there's a contractual agreement here. So some of you are married, or there's something else that keeps you tethered to whoever this is. It could even just be that there was a verbal contract that was made. But it does look like there's been some sort of disconnection in this mutual love situation here. Can we get the situation for Libra, please? What is the situation on this Page of Cups in reverse? Moving, yeah, so it's looking like somebody is moving out of, or moving on from this connection is what I'm seeing, because there's a level of toxicity here that's just, it looks like it's been very unhealthy and unhappy here, and somebody feels like this is a tragedy. This could be you. I'm reading it as you being the emotional one here, because it looks like you feel like there was an agreement that was made between you and whoever this is. Okay? And in making this agreement, this created a contract. And whoever this is not fulfilling their end of the bargain. And now it's getting you upset, because it looks to me like you put like I'm hearing blood, sweat, and tears into this connection just to have somebody say, you know what, your reaction, Libra, to me being entitled to your energy is a problem for me, so I'm going to walk away now. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Like I said, it could be you walking away, but that is how I'm reading this. And for a lot of you, that is how it's playing out. So we've got the Fool in reverse in the future. Why is this Fool in reverse for Libra? We've got the Four of Wands in reverse. And we've got the World in reverse. Looks like, okay, there's that contractual agreement. It looks like there's a disconnection in this. Okay. So we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles in the upright. We've got the Two of Cups in reverse and the Hierophant. So what I'm seeing here is that there's a very high possibility that this relationship that is so difficult, you're going to try and really make this work, is what I'm seeing here. Now, I'm seeing here that there was something about how this all started out, and that's why it shows up in the past, that there's something about your future that should have been predicted, easily predicted. Now, a big part of it has to do with taking on this passive role. Now, for some of you, this could be kind of like, your proverbial twin flame connection. And I say that only because I am referring to the concept of the twin flame connection being such that whatever this connection is meant to awaken you to something in yourself. And often it has the exact same effect on the person who you're dealing with as well. but there's something about the past regarding something to do with somebody wearing a passive mask and saying, yeah, you know what? You are everything I want. I'm willing to give to this connection the way that I am expected to give to this connection. But what I'm seeing here is a Libra who overgave to somebody who it looks like they're taking advantage. And it looks like you may have been a little more passive about how you truly felt than you should have been. And I'm also seeing that there's a possibility that you yourself were dealing with a person who is wearing a mask, who is showing themselves to be something that they weren't necessarily. And so what this brings about in the future is this energy of having to try to build a structure after getting into a contractual agreement, build this structure on a foundation of sand. And so as a result, and it's built on a foundation of sand because of this phoniness that existed in the past. We weren't real. So now that we are becoming real with each other and we're starting to see who the other actually is, are we able to live behind closed doors with each other and still be at peace? It looks like for a lot of you, you may be very committed to whoever this is, even though it looks like there's a huge disconnection here. And Spirit is saying to you, anything that you've been experiencing here in the past and present with this person, and it looks like whoever this is has left you feeling very emotionally distraught. That's the effect they've had on you, is going to be something that Spirit is trying to tell you that if we don't come to terms with this, you are actually taking a huge risk in moving forward here, because there's something about this that you should be able to reasonably predict the consequences of your actions before moving forward, okay? And this cycle hasn't closed out here in the future here. But there's something with there's something about understanding something over the course of time here and actually processing something to do with emotional unavailability and the importance of actually feeling love in your connection. Now, if you're giving to a connection right now in the ways in which you know how, and that could be in any which way, it could be that you're like you might be the caregiving parent, you may be the one who stays at home, you may have a job and do all the household stuff. I'm just seeing somebody who has taken on way more than somebody else in this connection. And I'm getting here that you really, whether it's at the forefront of your consciousness or not, there's something about what's going on here that you kind of expected some sort of return on your investment here. And it looks like the return you're getting is not what you wanted. And it looks like it has something to do with love and emotional availability here. So let's get more on this Fool in reverse for Libra. We've got that so in the future, it's still showing up that unless we come to terms with something to do with this mask and how this relationship was built in the first place, there's this disconnection that's you're embarking upon that is going to lead to a roller coaster of emotions even in the future. For a lot of you, this is somebody with whom you actually have a family. And for a lot of you, when I see this family card, I also see like blood ties, inner circle. It's a family, familiar, you know, it's something that's familiar to you. So whoever this is may have been somebody who was meant to remind you of something that's been familiar to you. So something about a family dynamic that may have been of detriment to you. And you have never really come to terms with this because it's just always been your conditioning. And so if you're conditioned to it, anything contrary to what you were taught as a child or within a family dynamic can actually bring on cognitive dissonance. There may be new ways of thinking that if you adopted these, it would make your life a lot easier. But the problem is that it looks like you're trying. I'm almost getting a Libra, and obviously this isn't going to be everybody's message. It was a channeled message. I'm getting a Libra here who is a very loyal and devoted person. And once you say, I am contractually obligated to you, you are willing to put in the work to fulfill that responsibility no matter what, okay? But it does look like at some point somebody's going single, because there's going to be an energy of recognizing that this has been a problem, okay? In what we do not see, we've got this Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups has to do with immediate gratification, could have to do with satisfaction, could be wish come true. We'll see what that's why you clarify, because they have several meanings depending on what's clarifying. We've got the Eight of Wands in reverse. And we've got the Three of Pentacles. And we've got the Knight of Swords. And we've got the Two of Swords in reverse, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Wands. So in what we do not see coming, or what you do not see happening, is that there's been a lot of confusion for somebody here as to what to do. And it looks like the choice that needs to be made is a very difficult choice. But somebody's making a difficult choice here. And this is either you or the person who you're dealing with, because there's this energy here of realizing something about the future being bleak or grim here. And it looks like I'm seeing that there may be this perpetual energy of maybe start and stop with your communication. It just looks like things are going to be slowing down, or there's going to be a period of time where the two of you are not communicating. And if you're not communicating, this is what's going on while the two of you are not communicating. It looks like somebody has run. It looks like there has been an energy of somebody wanting to actually physically move, run from this connection. Very difficult. And while in separation, it looks like somebody is going to figure out what their wish come true is. This could be a coworker. Somebody might be connecting with a coworker, or actually collaborating on something with somebody else while the two of you are in no contact. I am getting, though, that whatever this is, it may not even just be that. It could be that somebody is looking to come to a place, an agreement with somebody. It just looks like there's something to do with a collaboration that's very satisfying for somebody while the two of you are in no contact. Yeah, we've got this energy of discarding here. We've got trash. So it looks like there's this energy of no contact, almost like feeling like one has been discarded. We see divine masculine here in the hidden position. Let's not get too hung up on the genders. Obviously, this is a general reading. So if you are divine masculine, it could be you who's in this energy here. If you're the feminine, it could be that this is who it's the masculine that you're dealing with that's in this energy. It doesn't have to be, though. It's just that's somebody's message. But again, we're seeing this energy of a gamble, which I also see in the future. Obviously, it's a risk, huge risk with this. So somebody is taking a risk and moving to. It looks like somebody is taking a risk and moving towards something that's been unfinished here. But that whatever it is that's unfinished is also on rocky ground. So it looks like there may have been a repeat of something here, or there may be a pattern with the World in reverse. that's being repeated here, even in the future, that somebody's trying to work something out with something that that kind of ended in the same way that it's kind of ending here. So the challenge here is the Hanged Man in reverse. Why is the Hanged Man in reverse for Libra? We've got the Seven of Swords. Did that come out? No. And the Tower. Oof. And the Chariot in reverse. The challenge is resisting something here. There's going to be some sort of shock and surprise with the Tower. We've got the Judgment in reverse, the Death, and the Eight of Pentacles. There's somebody is strategizing something here. It looks like there's this energy of somebody not taking full accountability here for something, or is just not awakened to something here. So the challenge has something to do with resisting something here. Now, often the Hanged Man represents the ability to gain a new perspective on something. But if we're resisting something, what we're actually resisting is changing our perspective. Now, resistance, surrender, it's not surrender. You're not surrendering to a new perspective. So it looks like something unexpected and surprising is either happening right now, you weren't expecting it, or there's something that's unexpected or surprising that's going to happen that's going to create this energy of resistance here. And now this is going to be your challenge moving forward, because now we're entering into a low vibrational state, okay? There's something here about somebody being maybe sneaky, strategic, maybe even deceptive. And it has to do with something that somebody's been working on while the two of you, or maybe somebody's working on putting an end to something here. This could be you. I'm just getting, somebody's working on putting an end to something here. It looks like it's been a very difficult connection. So Spirit is trying to tell you, okay, this is what I'm getting, okay? Please, Libra, please, I beg you, don't shoot the messenger. It's just what I'm seeing. This is why I read tarot. I don't read tarot so that Spirit's going to read me some sort of fairy tale. I want to know what's actually going on so that I know how to navigate through this, so that so in order for the best outcome, and I'm saying this to you simply because this looks like, if this resonates with somebody, this may be a very difficult situation. But what I'm seeing here is, and I already mentioned it, I'm seeing a Libra here who is almost, I just heard it, loyal to a fault. Meaning that there's somebody who has taken extreme advantage. It looks like they're proving something to you about who they actually are. And it's not something that you even, whatever this is stressing you out, is what I'm seeing. Now, there's something that's unexpected. It could be something to do with the end of a relationship here. And Spirit is saying this hasn't been good for you anyways. And it's almost like you might resist it simply because of the fact that when you said forever, you meant forever, is what I'm getting. Because a lot of you, that's kind of the situation. Till death do us part was part of the agreement. Let's see, why is this Hanged Man in reverse here? There's something unexpected. We get that twice now. Something unexpected showing up here, something you weren't expecting, and there's proof about something. It does look like something is coming to an end here. It looks like, for some of you, whatever this proof is, has something to do with somebody not being able to resist something else. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing down here that there is this energy in the unseen position of somebody wanting to gain some sort of satisfaction by trying to make something work here with somebody else, trying to collaborate with or work with somebody else. Now, I'm not necessarily getting that whatever this is romance, but whatever this is something that is driving a wedge between whoever you're dealing with and you. So this could be anything. It could be a work situation. It could be that this person spends all their time working mechanics with their father or something. Like it could be just that, but it looks like whatever this is not something you're expecting. So it's probably something it looks like it's something you're not expecting. And it's while the two of you are not in contact with each other. So your challenge is not to get yourself into a state of resistance here. Why is the Chariot? The Chariot is showing up as your advice. What is the advice for Libra? We've got the Six of Wands in reverse. And the Moon in reverse. Okay. And we've got the Three of Wands. Okay, so your challenge here, Libra, has something to do with moving on successfully, victoriously and successfully. Now, I'm getting for a lot of you, you were dealing with somebody. Not only were you maybe taking on a more of a passive role than maybe was good for you. Sometimes boundaries are really good to protect ourselves. But I'm just seeing here also that there's something about whoever this is that you've been connected to and their character that has come to light for you. Whoever this is, it's showing up that they came across to be something that they actually weren't. And that was who you fell in love with. Who you fell in love with didn't exist to begin with. That was a fake person, is what I'm seeing. There's something that has come to light for you about who this is. Now, part of what helped you understand or is helping you to understand, it's kind of your advice to recognize this so that we're not getting ourselves into this low vibrational resistance energy. Something about this coming to light for you has to do with recognizing that this person literally pays no attention to you. There may be something to do with bad reputation or public disgrace for some of you as well, but there's something that Spirit is trying to tell you about gaining some level of foresight. Try and look at how your future continues to unfold here, because it keeps showing, I keep looking at it. Now I'm looking at the future card in the tarot. This card shows up in your past, which is your future card. Something about this energy in the past is going to affect your future. And this is my masked card, somebody who's being fake. And this is the exposure card, the Moon in reverse. Something has been exposed already about who this person really is. Okay. And so I'm still getting that for some of you, there's a level of confusion. So please, if this resonates with you at all, try and be as contemplative as possible. Really try and consider what it is that you may still be confused about. Because the person who you're dealing with is showing up as the King of Wands to the Three of Swords here. So whoever this is that's confirmed now. There's something unexpected. There's some sort of wedge that's coming between the two of you while you're in no contact. King of Wands, somebody who is attractive, gets a lot of attention, so it could be that. Either way, it looks like there's something that you're not expecting here, and this person has shown you who they are, okay? They don't pay, but it's almost like they're out to get attention, but they're not paying any attention to you. That's a huge problem, right? Especially when you said, till death do us part, and you're giving to this connection in a way that doesn't feel fair. So your advice, there's something about coming to it. I'm getting that this person is coming to, and I said that, whoever this is in what you do not see is somebody's coming to an agreement or a compromise with somebody else. So this may be somebody who they had issues with in the past, and now they're trying to fix something with them. And you're going to feel like this is a betrayal of some sort. Again, I'm getting magnetically drawn along with this King of Wands that we had seen. Some sort of chaser energy showing up here. So the outcome here is the Five of Wands in reverse. This is something you are already picking up on, by the way, Libra. So if we don't get ourselves clear on what it is that we are picking up on, the problem is that we start to align ourselves with unconscious behavior. So and it looks like for a lot of you, you may not be conscious as to why it is that you feel emotionally dysregulated with regard to this energy. We've got the Seven of Cups showing up. There's more confusion here. Just a second. There's that Three of Swords. Somebody's opened up their options. We've got the King of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Page of Wands. So here's what I've got. The two of you are not talking to each other. This person still doesn't want there to be. There's this energy of wanting to try and come to a place of peace. I'm getting that there's a compromise. Whoever this is may be connecting with a mother figure, but for some of you, this could be an ex-partner. Maybe this person had children with them. I don't know. I'm just seeing here that this person could be at a distance. I'm just seeing that there's this energy, and please feel free to delegate the energies where you see fit. I'm just seeing that it doesn't look like they are connecting with each other in any way that is, like I wouldn't say that there's any physical cheating or anything like that. But it still looks to me, though, Libra, that if there is this energy of wanting to connect with this other energy, and they're doing it in private, I'm getting that they're trying to keep the peace and they're trying to keep things as quiet and hush as possible, that there's something about this that's very threatening to you, is what I'm seeing here. This could be just that there's a family member of theirs that you never got along with, and this was going to feel like a betrayal. It's anything, but I'm getting here that is what's going on. And it looks like for a lot of you, you're already picking up on this, or you have been picking up on this already. You're just not realizing it, some of you. So, oh, wait. Can we get the situation on this before we close this out for Libra? There's retaliation. So I'm almost getting that because things have been, I'm getting that there's been a lot of difficulties here. Whoever this is may be trying to make something better with somebody else in order to retaliate. It does look like there is some desire here. So for a lot of you, this isn't just a family member. It could be an ex-partner. It could be just somebody who they've, it looks like they're trying to connect with whoever that is. Maybe actually plug in. Now we've got the High Priestess showing up here at the bottom of the deck. And she is influenced by the Magician. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Somebody is trying to manifest somebody's trying to come together. And you already are picking up on this. And there's something about what's going on here, Libra, that it's in your best interest to try and process through something here and realize that you're not crazy. You're not crazy. There's something here that might be making you feel like you're going crazy, but it's only because of the fact that somebody's not being honest here, and you're picking up on subtle evidence here about something that's a betrayal. And it's showing up that you're not expecting it, but you kind of are. That's why you're in this energy right now. So Libra, that is your reading for the week of October 13th to the 19th, 2025. Thank you so much for all of your support, your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. And until I read you again, take care and bless.